Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Good morning, everyone. My followers. Welcome back to my Tea Farm Hope channel. In today's video, I'm going to share to you or tell you how to start poultry farming with small capital, step-by-step guide. So many people want to start poultry farming, but the biggest problem is money. But they think they need a lot of capital, but the truth is you can start poultry farming with small capital and still make profit. You don't need what you need is just to stick to the video and watch what I'm going to tell you about how to start it. I will show you step by step guide on how to start the poultry farming with small capital, to buy, what to avoid, and mistakes that many beginners lose money. If you want to succeed in poultry farming, watch the full video till the end. So welcome back to as we continue here. Welcome to Mati Farm Academy. Your passionate poultry farmer Mati is here. Mati Danjuma. So first we start with right type of poultry. The first step that you do before you start your poultry farming is start with the right type of poultry. The first mistake beginners make is starting with wrong type of bed. If you have small capital, I strongly advise you to start with broilers, not layers. Here is why. Broilers grow fast. You recover your money quickly. You don't need to spend money for many months. Lower risks for beginners. What do I mean by here? What I'm telling you here is, if you are a beginner for poultry farming, I strongly advise you to start with what? Broilers, not layers. The reason is because broilers always grow fast. Broilers grow fast and you make your profit quickly. That means for small capital. I will tell you how you will do for small capital. You recover your money quickly if you start with broilers, and lower risks for beginners. Here is why. The reason why I said that, because if you start with broilers, you gain experience, and when you get the experience, later you can go back to layers. So the next step is what? Start small. Do not overdo it. That is a very good advice. If you want to start your poultry farm, you start small. You don't have to start with large number of beds. You start with 50 or 100 beds. Why? Because they are easy to manage. If you start small, as you can see here, you can all see in this you can see because we are not beginners, we start with large number of beds. Here they are about 2,000 beds. So if you start with 50 beds or 100 beds, it's okay for you as a beginner. Reason because if you start small in your poultry farm, there is lower risks of disease outbreak and stress. But when you are a beginner, I don't advise you to start large. You start small. They are easy to manage, easy to control, and lower loss and perfect for learning. If you start small, then you will be perfect for learning. Then step 3 is low cost poultry housing. You don't need an expensive poultry house. All you need is just a small medium poultry house for you to start small. Reason because with small capital you can use a spare room. You can use a spare room in your house, a simple wooden structure, a local material shed that will help you. That will help you in your poultry farming. What matters most is not beauty. Don't think that you must build a very large poultry farm before you start. Because you are having small capital, you want to make gain. It will be when you start large. That is when you start building an expensive house. What I mean here is that with small capital, you can use I have tell you a spare room or other thing. What matters most is not beauty, but good ventilation, dry floor. Do good ventilation. What do I mean by good ventilation? You can see our thing is ventilated over here. Everything there is ventilation, just because of the way that we use this tarpaulin to cover it. But if you start small, there will be very good ventilation. The ventilation will be okay for you to do it. And even the dry floor, like you can see, the floor here is dry. Our floor is dry. So the dry floor will help you, and protection from rain and cold. You see you see there is protection from what? Rain and cold. The rain should not be splashing on top your bed or something like that, and even the floor should be dry. Like you can see, dry floor. The floor here is dry. It's not wet. When the floor is wet, you will not. There will be high risk of disease failure or moisture. You don't have to make your the place be moist always. You have to have a dry floor and enough space too. There should be enough spacing. This ones too, there will be space, because the space, I will tell you later in my video, I will tell you the space requirement for all poultry farming. So you can see there is high risk